Now, this is a film about youth, romance and friendship, and that's what you can expect in a new movie by actress turned director Michelle Chong.
Titled Three Peas in a Pod, it follows three friends on a road trip in Australia. Two of the leads are popular Korean and Taiwanese pop stars, and Michelle is here with two of the cast, Kelvin Chen and Alexander Lee. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning. Hi. Well, Michelle, let's get you to start off first. Give us the quick brief, the 30-second version of just what Three Peas in a Pod really is about.
Okay, three friends. They study in Melbourne University, and three good friends. One from Taiwan, one from Singapore, and one from Korea. And just before they graduate, they take a road trip in Australia that changes their lives forever.
Okay.
That was a pretty good roundup, I must say. And you've chosen a fantastic location to film this.
Because that's where you're
Really?
from.
Yes.
You're not a bit biased, are you?
Southeast coast of Australia. But this story is not so much about the travel spots that you visit. It's about love and romance and the friendship, isn't it?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Would you like to talk more about...
Yeah, what are the roles you guys play in the movie? Kelvin, you go first. What's
I
your
believe
role?
you're in a love
I'm
triangle.
a student from Taiwan, international student, and I'm from a poor family, but I got a scholarship, so that's why I go to Melbourne University. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm a stubborn rich boy from Korea.
Poor and rich.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also an international student, and here I am to fight for Penny.
Oh, and the girl,
The
so
girl.
she's from Singapore. The
So
girl.
who gets
Yeah,
the
she's
girl
from
in the
Singapore.
end? You can't tell us.
That
can
you have to
you?
find out yourself.
But I'm not Penny, I'm not Penny, I'm the cameo.
But you do star in the film.
Yes, I wear a blonde wig.
Do
Yeah.
you put on an Australian accent as well?
I tried to, but obviously you would disapprove of it, I'm sure.
Show us, give us your best Australian accent.
I'm not going to. I know you have to pay money to watch the movie.
Okay, that was a good one.
Okay, okay. So this story, I mean, why this story and what is it about the story that drew you to it, Michelle?
Well, I studied overseas myself in the States, and then when I was there, I made a lot of good friends, and we did take quite a few road trips together. And then I thought I'll just make this movie before I forget what it's like to be young. Yeah, and college was a long time ago. You would know, Steve.
Yeah. Yes, it has been some time, but
I say that all the time.
but again, this movie, I mean, it sounds fairly innocent in that sense. A road trip and things happen along the way, but it's got an NC-16 rating. Does that surprise you?
It didn't surprise me because actually we are supported by the Singapore Film Commission, so I had to give them my first cut. And then at that time they already gave me a warning, not warning lah, but they sort of told me that it could be an NC-16.
Okay, so what is it
but
about the story?
we cleared it up, we cleaned it up a bit, but in the end that's still their final decision, so I respect that. Yeah.
Okay, so is it about the relationships they go through? I mean, how do you guys actually,
Because I took my shirts off.
Wow, so that's the
No,
reason.
the reason the MDA gave me was mature content. But I told them the only mature content in the movie is me, because they're also young,
I see. Well, Cameron and Xander, both of you are familiar faces in the music industry, but in the film industry, this is relatively new to you.
It's their first movie.
First movie.
Yeah. So tell us, what was the experience like?
Would you make another movie again if Michelle
Would you
wasn't
become a
directing it?
film
Yeah, definitely.
They will only make it if I'm directing.
Would you consider becoming full-time actors
Yeah,
in the
actually,
future?
Yeah, especially if Michelle, of course, for Michelle, yeah, but also, yeah, I would like to be,
I
full-time.
filmed like some TV dramas before, but this is my first time filming a movie, so it's quite a new experience, and especially with filming in Australia.
Yeah.
So it's good to work with like overseas crews. Like some are from Singapore, but some are from Australia. Yeah, some natives.
Indeed,
crews.
it's a very international cast.
And they are so
crew,
experienced.
right?
They even worked for a Hollywood movie before.
Right.
Okay.
How long was the production or the filming? How long did that take you?
About 21 days.
Yeah.
And they actually watched the movie for the first time last night.
Okay.
So I think they were
I
quite
cried.
excited.
You cried?
So
Tears of joy, I hope.
Complex.
yeah, very complex.
Did it surprise you how the movie turned out?
Yeah, actually,
and the
never
scenery
thought.
is so pretty.
Yeah,
Yes.
I never thought it would be like funny and also sad and emotional. You have to figure out,
So Michelle, let me ask you. So throughout the process, these guys were not involved in the post-production. They didn't.
No, they're too expensive. They do only one thing, and that's act, and they do it very well.
But we also sing for the movie theme song.
Oh yes, they
both
do.
of us.
Yes. Wonderful versions of the
Yeah,
theme
I
song,
sing
Korean.
Mandarin and he
yeah.
sing Korean.
Okay, now the third P in the pot, Jay, I understand she was cast among thousands of people who
No,
audition.
only 800.
How much? 800. Okay, that's still
Exaggerate.
very many.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
she didn't have any formal acting training. As an actor yourself, do you feel that that is important?
After I saw her audition, I didn't think it was important at all. And I think I kind of wasted my years in drama school. She's just a natural. She's very, very talented. For somebody who's never acted before, she is just amazing. Yeah, she's very intuitive actress, I must say.
And also your experience as well, and directing would bring the best out of her as well. Tell us what you've learned from your first film that you've kind of like applied in your second film. What have you done differently?
What have I done differently? Well, I think for the first film, because I was also in front of the camera, so it was a bit hard for me, and it will take twice the amount of time to shoot a film, because after I film I have to go back to the monitor and look at it, but this time it's much faster. So I think the lesson learned is never to put myself in front of the camera again, unless it's just for 2 minutes.
Yeah, one cameo. But I guess the challenges of being a director, now that, as we mentioned, second time around, I mean, does this mean there'll be a third, a fourth? Is this your future path?
Of course!
Yeah,
of course.
no more.
Yeah, that's the ideal. And
Okay.
I will be back here again for my third movie very soon.
Is the third movie already in the making?
It's not in the making, but we're starting to plan, and we're talking to some people.
Okay.
So,
Any hints of what that will be about?
Something got to do with my
put her on the
old job.
With your old job. Oh, okay. So
And
that
what is the main message of 3Ps in the Pod, would you say, for audiences?
What do you think it would be?
I think it's to actually stir up the memories for college students, you know, like to cherish your friendship and about college life, and for people who, you know, forget about the past. It's nostalgic, you know.
Yeah, I think it's open to interpretation. So there are quite a few messages, but I just wondering what you got out of it.
Do you guys feel that this was similar to your own experiences when you were in school?
Yeah, I think so, because I have road trip when I back in school before, and then I think it's important when you move on to your next stage, like you graduate from university or college, you gonna search for work, and then at the time you really have to think what you really want for your life. Yeah.
Okay.
And you fight for the girl, right?
Fight for the girl.
Yeah. Look how intense it will be.
Okay.
Well, at least you get to drive around in a fancy car, you know. I mean,
yes,
most students usually have a bit more of a budget, you know.
Yeah. Rich boy.
Okay, guys. Well, thanks so much for coming in, and all the best for the movie. We look forward to seeing it in the cinemas.
You can catch it soon. In fact, tomorrow, today.
Tomorrow it kicks off.
Sneak previews.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic here in Singapore. Well, we've been talking to the director and cast of new movie 3Ps in a Pod, Michelle Chong, Calvin Chen and Alexander Lee.
Well, the movie hits theatres on the 14th of this month, so do check it out if you're in Singapore. But otherwise, I think we're done. And it looks like, I think they want to say more. Why don't you say goodbye for us? You want to wrap up the show for us? You've done this. Now that you're all actors, you know. Come on, you can just read off the autocue. Just
Really?
yeah, really.
Can I?
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay, that's a wrap for AM Live today, the 8th of November. Join us again next week, tomorrow, when we'll have AD Lip Tease. Bye! Bye! Remember to watch 3Ps in the
No
Pod.
show tomorrow. No show
Come
tomorrow.
to our road shows. Today, 7 p.m. Plaza Singapura, and then tomorrow.
Hey.
Many places.
Okay. They'll be in town weekend. Have yourself a
Facebook,
great.
3Ps in the Pod, Facebook.
Have yourself a great weekend, folks. Bye bye.